Happy Thanksgiving, everybody, and welcome to the special Thanksgiving edition of your video. Uh, in the spirit of things, before we get too far into it, I would like to say some of the things that I am thankful for on this holiday. I am thankful to be your three-time world champion, and to officially, even though Yahoo won't admit it, I'll explain to you why later, clinching the playoffs. And now one of six to become a four-time world champion. I am thankful for 8 points in the final 4 minutes uh, of the game on Monday night to pull out a thriller with literally 7 seconds left to go. I am thankful for Blair Walsh not being able to kick a 52-yard field goal to allow the game to go into overtime to allow Kara to have a chance at a comeback. I am thankful for Sam J beating Kyle and pushing him deep back within the playoffs so I won't have to see him for a third year. Kyle, I am thankful I won't have to see you a third year, and I'm thankful that we're going to have a new champion this year. I'm thankful my shoulder isn't too sore from carrying it for 2 years and misses said belt. Uh, I am thankful for Philly's defense scoring a garbage time touchdown to allow me to correctly pick right Philly's defense over Pittsburgh's defense, which still put up a bunch of points. I am thankful for Ezekiel Elliott's suspension and a left tackle injury that has allowed John to go from one of the highest scoring teams to one of the lowest scoring teams. I am thankful that Travis has finally come back down to earth and now knows what it's like to be fighting for the dumper. I'm thankful for Kara finally losing to allow her to stop messing up the top portion of the playoffs. I am thankful that Bob will lay an egg this week. I am thankful that Eric was the second highest scoring team in week 11 in the league. I am thankful that Katie was the first highest scoring team in the league and played Eric. I am thankful for Andy for finally getting his first winning season in 9 years and has literally tripled his win total. Like, literally, it was like at 21, now it's at 28. Like, he literally jumped up. And finally, last but not least, I am thankful for Dana for allowing John to beat her to eliminate Eric, Sam J, Travis, and Kyle. Those are the things I'm thankful for. I'm hoping you were all thankful for all your family, all your friends, your three-time world champion, and with luck, and with skill, and with everything going right for Mr. Playoff Mania, you're four-time world champion. So, before we get into things like the playoffs and week 12, let's just go right into week 11 right now. So there's week 11. Now, let's kind of take a look, before we get into the week 12, let's take a look at playoff uh, stuff here. You know, only one team has not can't make the playoffs, and one team has clinched the playoffs, even though it's not official. I'll show you why as we go through. Um, Only one team can clinch a first round bye in the championship bracket. I didn't really look at it in the consolation bracket because right now we're just looking to see, of the 11 teams remaining, 10 teams remaining, who's going to get the other 5 spots. And while you're at 4-7, yeah, I get it. You think you're out of the playoff race. And Well, really, statistically, you probably are. But do you know the Browns have 1 in 19 quintillion chance of making the playoffs? There's 47 scenarios that have to go their way, right? Including 2 ties. But nonetheless, at 0 and 10, mathematically, the Cleveland Browns haven't been eliminated. So at 4 and 7, you, Sam J, Kyle, Eric, and Travis, you have not been mathematically eliminated from the playoffs. There still is a glimmer of hope. While that glimmer of hope is very, very small, I will say that in 2015, two, two 6 and 7 teams did clinch the playoffs. Travis and Katie. And Katie actually made it to the semifinals and got to 3rd place. So while, yes, it is improbable that everything can go your way, the door to Kung Lung is still open for you. Uh, so let's just get into it. Let's just get into a segment I like to call playoff scenarios. Like I said, playoff scenarios. See, I clinch because Sam B and Bob play. Loser 6 and 6. So the worst I can do is 8 and 5 if I lose out. So right there, boom, playoffs. Now I can win a first round bye with a win over Eric, and then Katie, Dana, and Andy, 2 of the 3, need to lose for me to officially clinch my first round bye. One of the easiest scenarios right here is Dana, Katie, and Andy. They all can clinch with a win. So win and you're in. Andy, win and you're in. Eric, Sam J, Kyle, and Travis will all be eliminated with a loss, or in one fell swoop can be eliminated if John wins over Dana. Here's where it gets fun. Eric, Sam J, Kyle, and Travis, pay attention. This is your only path to the playoffs. So in order for one of you 4 to get to the playoffs, the winner of the Sam B Bob matchup then has to go on to win out, and the loser has to go on to lose out. Doesn't matter which one, just one of those has to happen. Then John has to lose his next 2 as well. And then here it comes down to points. Eric has the best chance, 54 points, not that impossible. Sam J, a little more difficult at 173 over John. Kyle, possible with 241 points you need to make up. And Travis, unfortunately, you 297. If you somehow make it, you should just win the belt outright. Sorry, Carrie, you're just flat out eliminated. So, there you go. That's what's got to happen to get to everybody to the promised land, to get to the final 6, to, to make their run at the belt, to take it from Kyle, and to keep it out of my hands. Uh, so, uh, let's look at week 12 now. And as always, you know, we now know that we're rooting for Eric to lose, and we're also looking for Dana to lose. So let's look into it right now. Here is your week 12 preview. Well, there you go. Now you know what we're up against. Final 2 weeks of the 2017 season. Before we get into the playoffs, we are getting ever closer to playoff mania. Still love it. It's still one of my favorite times. Uh, Also, before we continue on, happy 5th birthday to the butt fumble. That's right, the butt fumble is 5 years old. I still remember it like it was yesterday, partially because of my when I worked I was still working at Best Buy, and so I worked like super late the night before, and then I had to work super early on Thanksgiving, and then I had to go back like 2 a.m. Uh, on Thanksgiving like night, morning. Like my hours were really jacked up this Thanksgiving. Like let me just Sam can contest. I literally for 4 days like worked 6 hours, slept 6 hours, worked 6 hours, slept 6 hours, and it was one of the worst holidays I've ever had. Not in the terms of like sales or whatever. It was just literally I would have to go to work, sleep, and then I was back like at 2 a.m. It was like weird times because of the whole opening all the way through. But I remember waking up, literally waking up, and just watching the play and thinking I was dreaming that I just saw Mark Sanchez get a concussion and a fumble from running to the butt of his own player. And I had like I looked at Sam and I'm like, this can't be real. Like I just woke up to see that play and it was like, I gotta go back to bed. So happy fifth to the butt fumble. Ah, so there you go. There it all is. It's an important week. It really is. It's tough. We all have off of school, off of work, off of stuff, and we're gonna be with friends and family. We're gonna be eating a lot, and there's football on, and it's Green Bay at Pittsburgh on Sunday Night Football, which is just like with Aaron Rodgers, you were circling this as a loss. You're like, here's one of our 4 losses, and now you don't have Aaron Rodgers and you don't have a team, so you're just like, holy crap, it's gonna be bad. Um, but most importantly, for some, your fantasy season is this game, is this week. It's all over if you don't have it. Or you're praying they can get one more win somewhere else. So you're not playing for that coveted dumper. Because this year, get ready. Andy Kappens ain't playing in the Andy Kappens Dumper Bowl. The trophy is named Andy Kappens. Don't get me wrong. The, the actual matchup is the Andy Kappens Dumper Bowl because he was in it for so many years in a row. Now Andy Kappens has a great chance to be playing for the belt. Having a name right there on the belt. Think of it. It's almost there. So, get ready, eat, be merry, be joyful, be thankful. Most importantly, I say this, and then I will be reminded of this like 20 times. Enjoy the time. Don't worry about the fantasy. Enjoy the time. Unless you're Eric, I wouldn't play anybody on Monday night because you have a history of losing on Monday night, right? So, you know, week 11, Baldwin needs to get 17, gets 12. Week 9, uh, you lose by 0.12, right? Tatum Jones versus Riddick. So remember those stats when you're trying to put people on Monday night. Just end it with Sunday night, okay? End it with Brown on Sunday night. Let's wrap this up with a neat little bow. Let's not have Monday night be anything. It's on you. I mean, to me, I'm happy if you do because that means I'm going to win. Then again, hey, it's not my team. I'm not gonna manage your team. I'm not gonna commish the commish. But nonetheless, don't play Monday Night Football games. Well, there you go. There's week 12. As always, I'll see you on the Fantasy Gridiron.